The idea of apocalypse in movies is interesting, and it has never run out of audience. There are always those interested in seeing different stories representing the end of the world. Coupled with the fact that most religions have apocalypse in their teachings, people are always ready to watch this genre. But not all apocalyptic movies are worth it. Some of them don't even represent the genre, or they are filled with unnecessary drama. Top apocalypse movies come with curiosity, tragedy, sometimes comedy, and sheer passion that differentiates them from the rest. In this video, we will share the top 10 apocalypse movies that would be worth it. Remember to like the video, subscribe, and turn on the bell button to receive notifications whenever we post new videos. Number 1, I Am Legend. Will Smith really provided his best acting in this movie, and it got people talking years after the film was released. I Am Legend has everything you would need in an apocalypse movie: the suspense, the thrilling acts, and the sheer passion. This movie would make you so engrossed that you would think it was real life. The movie was an adaptation of the Richard Matheson novel, which left Will Smith alone in New York after the apocalypse. Will Smith played the role of Robert Neville and had to battle cannibalistic creatures on his quest to find other survivors. At some point, Neville became a very lonely person in the desolate city of New York, which made him develop a close bond with his German shepherd, Samantha. Neville would also speak with mannequins in malls to reduce his loneliness. A sequel is in production, and Michael B. Jordan is set to star in the movie with Will Smith. Number 2, Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up is a funny apocalypse movie with deep underlining. Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio played the astronomy student and professor roles, respectively. It was a movie centered on the world's neglect of climate change. According to the producer of this movie, Adam McKay, he got the idea while having a conversation with the film's co-writer, David Sirota. The two personalities were talking about how the world was neglecting climate change. Then, David Sirota said, it could be compared to an asteroid coming to hit Earth, and no one cares. That was when Adam McKay got the idea of the movie. The astronomy student and her professor tried warning the country's president about an asteroid that was coming to destroy the world, but the president and the entire government neglected their outcry. The movie is a combination of comedy and tragedy at the same time. Number 3, The Day After. Did you know that after the release of The Day After, ABC had to set up a 1-800 hotline to calm people down? People were terrified of the scenes and the storyline of the movie. The movie basically portrayed what the world would be like if countries continued to wield nuclear weapons. It was released on November 20th, 1983, and more than 100 million Americans tuned in to watch the newly released movie on ABC. The Day After was a very realistic representation of what the Holocaust would look like. It showed how deadly a nuclear weapon can be when an atomic bomb is released in a wide magnitude. The movie remained one of the most watched TV movies of all time, leading to a massive outcry for countries to discard their weapons of mass destruction. Number 4, Mad Max: Fury Road. Mad Max Fury Road is a post-apocalyptic movie that would make you stay rooted to your seat until the end. It is so action-packed you won't lose interest while watching. Known as one of the greatest films ever made in the 21st century, Mad Max Fury Road has garnered 10 Academy Award nominations and won 7. It was co-produced, co-written, and directed by George Miller in 2015. In the movie, the world became a desert wasteland after a societal collapse. The movie features Tom Hardy playing the role of Mad Max. Max was constantly terrified of a little girl who he failed to save. Charlize Theron played the role of Imperator Furiosa, and she was the one leading the rebellion against the warlords. It all started when Imperator Furiosa took the warlords' wives in a revolution. Max then joined them in a long battle which led to the death of different characters. Number 5, The Road. The Road is an epic apocalyptic movie that features a father and son trying to navigate through a wasted Earth. It was based on Cormac McCarthy's novel with a storyline that made the film interesting. As father and son try to survive the apocalypse, they pass through a series of emotional trauma that resonates with the audience. The reason for the apocalypse wasn't specified in the movie, but it led to the extinction of plants and virtually all animal life. The film also features a group of cannibalistic gangs that would capture humans and use them as food. The man later dies in the movie, leaving his son with a couple who had been following them for a long time. Children of Men takes another look at the apocalypse. It was a movie centered on the Earth running out of reproductive ability. Women living on Earth lost the ability to get pregnant and give birth. The movie was set in 2027, with the Earth going extinct due to the inability to reproduce for more than 18 years. Co-written and directed by Alfonso Cuarón, Children of Men has a very intriguing suspense that makes viewers watch until the end. Its uncertainty theme makes it more interesting and sparks curiosity among viewers. At the movie's end, a woman finally gives birth. Number 7, It Comes at Night. It Comes at Night is a mysterious apocalyptic movie that sees two families form an alliance to keep enemies from coming inside their houses. But, in the long run, they discover that the major enemy is from within. The movie starts with a terrible disease ravaging the Earth. This disease led to the death of many people on Earth. The other remaining survivors struggled for everything, including food. A family of 3 was secluded in their home when they met another family of 3. They lived peacefully for some time and shared food with themselves before trouble broke out. Apparently, the family that was accepted into the house started behaving abnormally. The family who owned the house nearly became captives under the other family whom they accepted. Things turned out nasty as some family members contracted the disease and others killed themselves. Number 8, 28 Days Later. 28 Days Later is an apocalyptic movie featuring the spectacular Cillian Murphy. It was written by Alex Garland and directed by Danny Boyle. Cillian Murphy plays the character of a bicycle courier who wakes up from a coma and finds out about an accidental release of a highly contagious, aggression-inducing virus that caused an apocalypse. A group of eco-terrorists released a new virus called the Rage in Great Britain. Jim, the bicycle courier, woke up from a coma and was attacked by a group of infected humans, but he was rescued by some survivors. After a series of attacks, Jim manages to survive, and he doesn't contract the virus. Being among the survivors, Jim was elated to see help come their way. After this movie was made, a sequel soon went into production and was titled 28 Weeks Later. Number 9, Interstellar. Interstellar features an ex-NASA pilot tasked with finding a new planet after the Earth became uninhabitable. This movie was co-written, directed, and produced by Christopher Nolan and stars popular actors such as Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, and Bill Irwin. The movie was set in 2067, when a global famine made humans focus solely on their survival. This made NASA pilots, such as Joseph Cooper, start working as a farmer. Cooper found his way to the NASA facilities again, where they began planning how to find another habitable planet. With 3 other pilots, Cooper set out to find another planet on which those on Earth could move. The pilots first moved to a planet named Aqua, which they discovered to be uninhabitable just like the Earth. It was on the second planet Cooper and others found life. The movie is very interesting, and its suspense is unmatched. Number 10, Melancholia. Written and directed by Lars von Trier, Melancholia is an apocalyptic movie that runs through the lives of 2 sisters. One of the 2 sisters was about to marry when they discovered that the Earth was about to collide with a large planet called Melancholia. The 2 sisters were named Justine and Claire, and they had a brother-in-law named John. John was an astronomer who predicted the collision of the Earth with another planet called Melancholia. When this collision was about to happen, the 2 sisters were together in a cave they built. The Earth and Melancholia finally collide together at the end of the film. Now you know some top apocalypse movies. Like the video and tell us your best in the comment section.